Every draft, there's a physical specimen that comes in that just looks so physically dominant at their size that it's just laughable to call them 18, 19, or 20-year-olds at the time. And Jalen Duren was that prospect coming to the NBA. Standing at 6'11", 250 pounds, Jalen Duren was an absolute specimen coming into the NBA. Great size, 7'5" wingspan with athleticism out the wazoo. But that's not the only thing that made him such a high pick in this NBA draft, that people even suspected him to get picked as high as 7th, but he dropped to 13th to the Charlotte Hornets. He has an innate nose for the ball, a very good rebounder. He has a 7'5" wingspan, and he shows he has a lot really quick feet for his size. In the pick and roll, he could be very good. And guarding on the perimeter, switching on to guards, he would be great. And he always shows some, playmaking and some passing flashes. And he's already, you can guess, being 6'11", that type of athleticism, he could be a pretty good shot blocker. But in his rookie season so far, he's showing that and more. Because people expected that maybe you see some flashes in the second or third year, give him some time to develop because he's still pretty raw. But he's already showing you a lot just in his first year. So far in his rookie season, Jalen Duren is averaging 8.1 points, 8.8 rebounds, and assists per game, and close to a block per game. Not numbers that are going to be rookie of the year, but for a project and a pretty raw player, these are very good numbers out the gate. But his first 20 games or so in his rookie season, Dwayne Casey was taking it very slow with him. Again, raw prospect coming into the NBA, you don't want to throw him on the court. He was making mistakes, and you just wanted to take it a little bit slow with him and just let him develop as time goes on. And in those first 20 games, he only averaged 6.3 points, 7.2 rebounds, a block per game on 56% shooting. But recently, he's taken the starting job, and in these past 25 games or so, he has been really good. Jalen Duren has been putting up 10.4 points, 12 rebounds per game, a block, 1.5 assists on 70% shooting, being a great lob option and one of the best offensive rebounders in the game. Yes, not among rookies, in the NBA overall. Right now, he's 6th in the NBA in offensive rebounds per game, and he is top 5 in offensive rebound percentage for players over 25 minutes per game. The man has an absolute amazing nose for the ball, and what seemed like a pretty good rebounder coming in, or a great rebounder, has now turned into one of the best in the NBA. Along with that, he's shown a lot of flashes of defensive potential in the pick and roll and to protect the rim, just like he did outside of college. And a guy at his size, being that elite of a rebounder while being not only a good rim protector but a very switchable big, is not a combination you find in the NBA. Well, at all, to be honest. When you think of each different category, certain players pop into your mind. When you think of guys that are really good in the pick and roll and switching on to guards, you think of a Jaren Jackson Jr., Bam Adebayo. When you think of rim protectors, you think of a Rudy Gobert, a Miles Turner, or then a Jaren Jackson Jr. When you think of elite rebounders, you think of a Steven Adams, you think of Clint Capella, Rudy Gobert, those type of players. But you don't really find guys that embody all three. Being able to switch on the perimeter, being able to protect the rim, and rebound at an elite level. Jalen Duren has the potential to be great at all three of these things. Now, his offensive game is very limited at the time. His back-to-basket game is pretty much non-existent, I'm not gonna lie. He relies on offensive rebounds, alley-oops, and dump-offs a lot. But as time goes on, I think he can definitely develop a nice money floater within the lane. And, with his size, a drop step, stuff like that. But that goes on with time, and you're not trying to force that on him, especially with the offensive weapons that are developing on this team already. In a Cade, in a Jaden Ivey, in a Sadiq Bey. You don't really need him to be crazy offensively gifted at this point in time. But the rebounding and the defense are things that fly off the paper, that are so polished already at such a young age, that it could... Further on into his career, he could absolutely be a complete beast. And he's reminded me a little bit of Andre Drummond, but with better defense at this young of an age and a better core around him so they can win. And this video is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Now, Underdog Fantasy is the best place to win big playing player props. You can win from 3 times your money to 20 times your money with a wager as small as $1. They have player props for every single game. All you have to do is pick your players and click higher and lower on either stat whenever you think they're going to do that given night, and you make your wager and click submit. It's as easy as that. You can also click on the insurance so that if you pick 5 players, you can still win some money even if you miss out on 2 people or 2 certain stats, because we all make mistakes here. So if you are interested in playing player props, please use code FLB on sign up to have $100 up to $100 matched on your first deposit. And thank you to Underdog Fantasy for sponsoring this video. But offensively, scoring isn't the only way he can affect the court. He's been a pretty good passer so far this season. Now, of course, he's not Nikola Jokic, Domantas Sabonis with it, but he's showing the nice ability to hit guys for backdoor passes. He's showing the nice ability to find shooters when people double him. He has a nice touch to pass the ball, which is why I feel like comparing him to guys that are pretty good passers at their height, but also pretty good defenders and rebounders, like a Bam Adebayo, who's also very mobile on the defensive end also. But his potential is just through the roof. Right now, Dwayne Casey's already compared him to people like Sean Kemp. And right now, on a Pistons team that has been hit with injury after injury this season, he's given them something to at least watch and root for on a night in, night out basis. Who knew him taking the starting spot with Beef Stew and Marvin Bagley being injured has now basically probably stamped him as the permanent starter at the position. But let me know what you guys think of Jalen Duren in the comment section down below. Where do you think his career can go? I truly believe he'll be an all-star, multiple-time all-star in the NBA. He could make an all-NBA team at some point in his career, but definitely he's going to be at least a pretty good rotational big if he doesn't at least hit his ceiling, which is still good for this Pistons teams. But with the work ethic you've seen in him already and how good he already is, I very much see future all-star in his probably career trajectory. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. This is FLB. That's my time, and I'm out.